What's going on, YouTube? How are you doing today? See, I got 2 people on here already. Who do we have on here? Say hi. What's going on, Stevie? How are you doing today? I gotta clean off this table. How's it going, Geronimo McDuggins? Jason Ireland, how you doing? How's everybody doing on this fine Sunday afternoon? Is everybody enjoying their weekend? I am. And I know I'm teasing you guys because I got a tank top on. But it is almost 80 degrees here. So I'm not trying to rub it in or anything, but it is warm. And sunny. No snow on the ground. Our snow melts before it even gets to Florida. What's going on, TJ? What's going on, Dion? How are you guys doing today? Just figured I'd jump on here just a little bit just a little bit today. First day of snow. Well, we're on our several day of nice, warm sunshine. No snow here. No sleet, no ice. No hurricanes. All right, let's see here. So, what is you guys' plans for this week? Me, all I gotta do is work. My typical work. I gotta clean this mouse off. Kids play on it and get it dirty. And there we go. Trying to get to the YouTube. Are you ready for the YouTube Rewind 2008? What do you mean by that, TJ? Haven't heard of that. Getting Christmas gifts. I hear that. And I got to sign in here. Got all my stuff done already for today. What's going on, Balls of Paradise? Every year YouTube puts together YouTubers to the video. Oh, I don't know. We still got a month. Oh, just old videos from 2018 and it's like a celebration. Oh, okay. Does YouTube do that itself, or do we as content makers have to do that? Just cleaning and feeding. I did all my cleaning last night and today. The rats are clean, good to go. Oh, YouTube does it? That's awesome. Hopefully, I hope your team goes to Super Bowl. You are not the only one. We need to go to the Super Bowl. We got a great team this year. I think I'm about there. I think I need to clean this a little bit more. It's still a little bit sticky. So let's see here. Over here, we're up to 6 people. That is awesome. And there we are, Sunday chat. So, pop quiz. That is awesome. Pop quiz. The picture that I put on there for the thumbnail for today's live, what snake was it? Here we go. Let's take a little tour. Got 7 people here now. 7 people and 4 thumbs up. Is that thing broke again? So, if you was here last night, you would notice that Bonnie did not eat frozen thawed. I fed her alive today, and she ate. So, that girl's good to go. Another one is Jasmine, the spider het desert ghost that didn't eat yesterday, did, however, eat live today. Now, if you remember, nope, it's not Orange Dream. If you remember, those the two spider het desert ghosts came from the reptile barn. He was feeding them frozen thawed, just like any typical ball python. When I hit live with them, they went live. They want live now, so that's awesome. Yep, I hit both thumbs up and down at the same time, and it works. That's funny, TJ. Well, we got 6. Let me see. Let me make sure my count's right here. Let's see here. Oh, there we go. Thank you, guys. That's 7 people here, 7 thumbs up. That is awesome. So, I'm a little bit thirsty. Now, I'm doing a little experiment in here, and I've lost a few of my older breeder rats, and I think that the cooler weather is getting to them because of that window. So what I'm going to start doing is when it starts getting chilly, I'm going to lower that window till probably here to help some of the cold weather from not coming in here. I also have this thermometer that gives me the lows right here. So I'm going to keep track of that. See how low it actually drops in here. Everybody is sleeping now. Nope, not an Inchy yellow belly, but Inchy is correct on one of them. We got some babies in here. Got some mama and daddies back there. Let's move over here. What do we have in here? Look what we got in here. Bunch of babies all over the place. So yes, rat production is still going. Even though I've lost a few of my breeders, I got more growing up. Shouldn't be too bad of a hit. Inchy spider, it is not. I did show that girl the other day on live, so you guys do know the morph, and it is one of the projects that I'm working on. I now have snakes with that morph in it, 4 snakes with them, so that gives you a little bit more of a clue. Had one of my males come out of shed. He shed, so we'll get him out here in a second. He's one of the males. He's my male that's doing the most work this year. So that snake that was on the thumbnail was an Inchy, a hypo Inchy. All right, so let's look at the one that shed. What's going on, BP Collector? Let's go over here. That would be Billy the Kid. Yes, Inchy hypo. Come here, buddy. I was trying to get this guy as a picture for the thumbnail, but he didn't want to cooperate. He didn't want to stay in one spot. Let me turn it around here. That would be this guy here. Fresh new shed. Now he's trying to run off again. Look at that long dorsal stripe. So yeah, that would be this guy here. And if you remember, last year, this guy is actually the one that I hatched out, and I had to assist feed 6 weeks straight. Now he eats like crazy. Beautiful looking pied. He's got a lot of work to do this year. What's going on, State 48? Welcome to the Sunday chat. So, does anybody have any questions or thought of any questions here lately? And I did find that thermostat that I was looking for the other night, which is this guy here. It is an Inkbird, but I heard that they fail in the on position. So I probably will not use that. But I've got some other things going on. I hope the barn okay. What do you mean? And did you guys hear about the Kansas City Chiefs letting go Kareem Hunt because of the situation that he had going on? That's a big hit for us, but we still got many weapons. The reptile barn, yeah, they're okay. They're good. But that snake on the thumbnail was Opal, the Hypo Inchie. And of course, yeah, that's what I heard. I haven't looked into it much. There's the Hypo Pastel. There's my Spinner Blast female holdback. Look at how high those whites are. What makes a hypo? What do you mean what makes a hypo? It's a gene. That's like this guy right over here is a hypo male. He just came out of a shed here recently too. It's this guy right here. He's a hypo male. He's actually big enough to breed, but I don't have any women for him yet, so he's got a little stuck shed there on his head. Right there. He's being kind of a butt right now, but he did eat. Yes, hypo male. What genes make a hypo? Hypo is a gene itself. It's a recessive. He's huffing and a puffing. Then this tub's a little bit hard to pull out. This is my Inchie. Male. He's big enough to breed, but I don't have anything for him yet. And then, when I redo these tubs, they're not going to be this tight. We got the smaller albino. He didn't eat last week. Right there. High contrast. Can't go wrong with that. Let's go down a little bit. This is my yellow belly. He's been on a hunger strike, but I think he's wanting to breed. So what I may do is I may take him and throw him to my genetic blackback female, because the classic don't seem to be getting the job done. That would be to this girl right here. And she, of course, used the bathroom last night. This genetic blackback female. I'll throw that yellow belly in there and see if he can get the job done. Make me some yellow bellies, make me some genetic blackbacks, hopefully, and make me some yellow belly genetic blackbacks. So we'll see what happens with that. I am still looking at that female classic off of Craigslist. I will know within 2 weeks or a week and a half now. No, let's see here. Today's the 2nd. By the 15th of this month if I get that girl or not. If so, I'm going to have to go take a trip and get her. But it will be worth it because I want that girl to go to a good home. And we all know you never can have too many normals or classics in your collection because they are good for so many different things. You can prove out genes. You can create 100% hex. You can break down multiple gene snakes to get the single genes out of them. And you can do just so much. So that's why I want another classic on top of just rescuing a snake that needs to have a great home. So I will be the one, if nobody wants it, I will be the one to take it and give it that great home. Now, one thing that I do not know about is why he or she, I don't know if it's a male or female, guy, the owner, but thanks for showing up, State 48, I appreciate it, but I don't know why he only feeds that girl, it's a 2-year-old female, once every 3 weeks. He feeds it a medium rat. Now, if I get her, she's getting fed every week. I think females need to be fed every week. If you're breeding your males, you can go every other week, but I still offer mine food every week. As a pet, every week is fine. Once they get older, you can do like every other week, but I still prefer to feed them once a week until they get pregnant and get to that point to where the follicles, I think it's 20 centimeters, and then they go off food. And then at that point, I still offer food because I have had one of my girls take food almost up to the day she laid eggs. So you don't deny food because that helps. I think it's part of the situation where it helps follicle growth and helps the breeding process. But as you know now, I have several recessive genes that I'm working with. I'm working with pied. I'm working with albino. I'm working with hypo. And I'm working with lavender albino. So that's a good thing. And of course I got a lot of codominant stuff too. Let's see here. Who do I want to pull out for you today? Let's turn this thing a little bit so you can see me. You guys haven't really seen the snakes here lately. So let's see here. Let's take a look at Bella. She hasn't been on camera here lately. This girl I got off Craigslist. And of course I did feed these girls last night. But they know me, so I'm not worried about it. This here is my pastel het ghost. Supposed to be. So yes, this is going to my hypo male. But if you remember, this girl was very skinny when I got her. And she weighed like 60, in the 60s, I think. But now she's gained a lot of weight. She eats every time I offer her food, which she's been eating like crazy ever since I got her. So yeah, give me a little kiss on the nose. She's a sweetheart. And now that you brought up the lavender, this girl is just so freaking beautiful. Look at those lavenders. I know they're coming in on the phone now. Look at that. She is gorgeous. Just gorgeous. She'll be ready. I think she'll be ready next year, possibly. I don't know, though. Let's see what she weighs, even though she ate yesterday. See if she'll cooperate with me. I'll zero this out. Wow. How much you guys think she weighs? How much you guys think this girl weighs? Of course, she does have a rat in her too, so that makes it go up a little bit more. No, not 1,800. That's how big she is around. She weighs 1,000 grams with a rat in her, so probably 900 without it. I think she'll be ready next year. If she don't hit that 1,000-gram wall. Another girl I know that's ready, or will be ready, next year, is this girl here. This is my Mojave female. Look at the coloration on her back. Yeah, she's bigger than the lavender. Nice clean belly. She's a sweetheart also. See what else we got here. I'm going to show you my spot nose. This is a very underrated gene. Look at this. Spot nose, female. Growing like crazy. Should be ready next season, hopefully. There's a little spot on her nose. Well, little spot nose there. Crazy pattern. Let's see how much she weighs. Of course, she did eat yesterday too. Well, with her rat still in her, she's 14. But she's not big enough to be 1,400 grams. She's not very long. And again, I can't put my finger all the way around her. But let's weigh her again just to make sure. Yep, 14, 16. She'll be ready next year. Oh. I'm going to weigh this in before I bring her over there. This girl here I'm excited for next year. Hopefully. This thing is 1200 with the rat, of course. And that is my inchy calico. So it looks like I'm going to have over 20, possible 20 clutches next year. Look at them high white sides. That is awesome. That is just totally amazing. So if we count those up, right now I got 15 that's breeding this year. That'd be 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 22, 23. It looks like I'm going to have 23 females ready to breed next year. Crossing my fingers. So next year is going to be a big year. If everything goes to plan. Which, weighing that much at this time of the year, they should all be up to size next year. So what do you guys think of that? I'm excited for next year, and this year hadn't even got even halfway over yet. Got to start thinking of my plans for next year. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw my banana to my inchy calico next year. That'd be a good clutch. Spot nose, not sure yet. Even if you get half, that's still a nice size. Yeah. This year's 15. I got 15 females I'm breeding. And if I can almost double that next year, that's awesome. Like I said, I want to double my female collection every year. So if I can double my egg size while I'm at it, that's good. Can't wait. But it is what it is. They're going to do what they want to do, not what you want to do. And you got to remember that, because just because they don't lay, that does not mean you're not doing your job the correct way. That just means they may just not want to lay this year. Who knows? But I'll tell you one thing. If I don't get any albinos this year, or if my head albinos don't go, I'm definitely looking at my albino male down here and probably moving on to a different albino male, because I don't know if he's going to turn out to be a good breeder or not. We'll just have to wait and find out. But if he don't, then I'll move on to something else. If I can get my other albino to start eating like crazy, then he'll be ready. But I don't trust him breeding with other females right now because he's not eating very well. So, is this his first season? I think so. I tried to lock him together with the head albino female last year. Nothing ever came of it. He did lock a couple times, and that was with Blanche right here. So he has locked before, but he's never fathered a clutch yet. And I'm putting him back to her again. He's going with 2 females this year. He's going with this girl here. And he's going with this big girl up here. So hopefully he'll prove out for me this year and do a good job. But we'll just have to wait and see. If not, I may end up having to pick up an albino male with maybe with another gene in it, just to, you know, help out a little bit. Because I'm not going to breed head to head. So I think that this girl here, I'm hoping this girl will go for me this year, which is Bonnie, my albino female, and I'll get some double hets. I'm excited for that one. That's probably my most anticipated clutch for this year. And I'm hoping I get some pieds this year. That's second best. And then everything else is a bonus. She's probably getting close to 2,000 grams now, I would think. Let's go ahead and weigh her. Well, it wouldn't be fair with what she ate today, because she did eat today. But we'll go ahead and just throw her on the scale, see what it says. And we'll go from there. What's going on, Kenneth? Let me get her out here. We'll find out. I'm going to go ahead and put you guys up right here again. That way I can weigh her, because I want to be careful with her. Come here, little lady. As you can tell, she's grown a lot since you guys seen her the first time. With the rats, she's at 1942. So yes, she is definitely up to weight. So hopefully that girl will give me some eggs. World War II. But 1,900 grams. Remember, she's only 2 years old, so I imagine she's only going to give me 4 eggs, which is fine. Give me 4 females. That's what I want. All right, so I got to pull up a web. All right, sorry about that, guys. It froze there for a second. I hit my power button. All right, there we go. Are you guys back? Can you guys see me? All right. Sorry about that. I hit my screen off button by... Yeah, you were. Okay, awesome. So we need to go and do the DCR sports talk. So let me pull that up. And let's see who is playing. What is today's day? We are right here, week 13. All right, let's take some NFL games here. The Cowboys somehow beat the Saints. The Giants are leading the Bears with 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The Cardinals are beating the Packers. The Jaguars are leading the Colts by 6. Boy, that's a low-scoring game. The Texans are beating the Browns. Whoa, look at that. The Buccaneers are beating the Panthers. The Bills are beating the Dolphins. The Broncos is leading the Bengals. The Ravens are leading the Falcons. The Rams are leading the Lions. Now, I'll tell you, I want the Lions to win this game. So, come on, Lions. That's the game I'm looking forward to today right there. Chiefs are going to pull it off. Andy Reid is 16-3 coming off a bye week in his coaching career. So, we're going to beat them Raiders. Sorry, all you Raiders fans, but the Chiefs are going to win again. Well, the Chiefs kind of ran them out of points last week, so they probably ran out of ways to score. So, you never know. But that was DCR Sports Talk. Now, back to regular programming. So, what is my plans for what I'm doing with my eggs if I get a lot of clutches? I'm going to be looking for a bigger cooler or possibly a deep freeze. I still need to talk to my boss at work and see what they would sell the one at work for, because I could turn that into an incubator pretty easy. It already has a thermostat on it. It's got a Ranco on it, so I wouldn't have to worry about that. I'd just have to wire up some heat tape on it and probably put me some tubs of water in there for humidity, and that's it. Good to go. But I got to look and see what the seals look like around the top, because they are kind of older, so I got to look at that. Plus, at work, I can get me one of them small, like, ice cream freezers. But I can do that for my black pastel eggs whenever she gets old enough, so I can optimize a certain temperature, lower temperature for that. Guess what? You're getting a ball python this December. My friend got bored of hers and wants to get rid of it. It's an ivory. That is awesome, Madeline. I want it. Welcome to the live stream. How are you doing today? Have you ever had ball pythons before? Ivories are awesome. I need to get me I don't know if I'd want a male or female ivory. Okay, that is awesome, Madeline. If you have any questions, hit anybody up in the chat, or you can hit me up. I'm at DCR Reptiles on Instagram. You can also email me at dcrreptiles@gmail.com. Also, since we do have a newcomer in the group that's been doing research, email time. Throw up your emails. That way, if she has any problems, she can contact any one of us and answer any questions that she may have. And understand this, if one of us don't know the answer, another one of us will. So we are here to help everybody in the community. No matter who you are, where you come from, what you're doing, or where you've been, we're still here to help. I'm I'm going to go to your channel. I'm pretty sure I'm subscribed to you. Yes, I am. Awesome. Okay, there's one email. Just got my first ball python 3 days ago. Super excited. First two. Geronimo, how are those snakes doing? Love, thanks. I have a bunch of friends who own ball pythons too. That is awesome. You have a lot of support. Online and in person. Is that Ivory a male or a female? What's crazy, I think Geronimo's more scared of the getting bit and the feeding of getting bit while feeding. He almost passed out on me last night when I was feeding mine. They're doing good. The female fire het pied is super curious one and always sticking her tongue out. My friend says it's a female, but the pic she sent me makes it look kind of small for a female. I also have a friend that said they would sex it for me. That is awesome. Now, the size don't necessarily mean anything because, yes, males are smaller, but it depends on how that snake was fed. That snake was not fed on a regular basis, it will be smaller. Because if a female is not fed very well and a male is, that male will be about the same size the female is. Does that make sense? Plus, look at this. There's a lot of things that can determine. I mean, there's nothing for sure about the size. You just got to check and see if it's male or female. How old a snake is it? Because I have some big males. Well, it looks like we're going to have to clean that tub out. This is a male. It's big. Probably 1,500 grams. Gotta clean that after the live. Look how big these males are. That's a male. So you can't really go by size too much. But yeah, this is male. This guy actually locked up with the Classic last week. Trying to prove him out because this might have a gene that I get to prove out and prove that I have a new gene. And get to name it. Okay, with that being said, Madeline, it may be a female because mice, even though they're healthy, they're not as healthy as rats, and they will keep the snake smaller. Why that snake is not on rats, I don't know. But if I were you, I would get it on rats as soon as possible because rats are a lot healthier for snakes and they have a lot more nutrients and calcium for the bigger snakes. I keep all my snakes on rats. The only time I feed mice is when if I told her to switch to rats, but she worries it might not switch. When I get it, I'll switch to rats. Yes, I definitely would. The only time I do feed mice is if I have a hatchling that is refusing food. I'll feed it mouse hoppers, but as soon as I feed it 3 or 4 mouse hoppers, they tend to switch over to rats real easy. So, and I'll give you case in point, because I have one right now. It's already sold, but it'll be picked up in about 3 weeks. So this spinner blast here is a male that was off a feed for almost 2 months. I tried to assist feed, but what I do, and it's happened to 2 different snakes this year. I tried to assist feed, they will not assist feed, but then the next week after that, they start eating hopper mice. This guy, come on, get in focus. There we go. This guy was on a hunger strike. I tried to feed him hopper mice or anything. He would not take it. I tried to assist feed him. He spit it out. The next week, I gave him a hopper mouse, and he ate it. The week after that, I gave him 2 hopper mice. He ate them both. The week after that, I gave him rat pinkies. And he started eating rat pinkies. So right now, he's eating rat pinkies. I'm going to upgrade him a little bit and go to a fuzzy next week. Because as you can tell, I fed him 2 this week. So yes, that's just a little story that has happened with me this year. And also, I had a classic female up here that she was one that didn't want to eat. Tried to assist feed her, she wanted nothing to do with it. And then I fed her a mouse hopper, she took it. And then I started feeding her rats, and she's been eating rats ever since. So, it is possible to get them off of rats, or off of mice, to put them to rats. Now, it might be a little bit harder for an adult, but you could still get it done. You may have to cinch your rat with mice or something like that, but it can be done. Also, if that snake does not want to switch over to rats, and if there is African sulfur rats around where you're at, you might try them. But that's just my thoughts. Eventually, I would like to get all my collection over to African sulfured rats, and then keep all my hatchlings that I have available on rats, regular rats. Because I know the African sulfured rats are healthier than regular rats. But in some areas, you cannot get them. Where do I buy my breeder rats at? I got lucky. I went and when I first got into rat breeding, I had a lady that breeds rats for her ball pythons give me like 3 or 4 tubs of breeders. 1-to-3 ratio. 1 male, 3 females. I've been working off of that. But I did buy a couple males from the local reptile store, and they sell smalls for I think $250, $2 or $250. So yeah, they're a little bit high. They're cheaper than PetSmart or Petco though. I own rats. I was told to scent the mouse with rat bedding, then next feeding try rats. Exactly. Trebeck, what is going on? How is it up there in your neck of the woods? What's going on, James? We're just sitting here talking and having a good old time. I'll be on for about another 10 minutes or so, unless we get real involved, and I'll stay on a little bit longer. Just taking a break, trying to dry out from all the rain. Well, we need rain here, but it's in the 80s, I think. Let me look. It's close, I know that. It's 81 degrees here. I'll show you. 81 degrees. St. Pete. So there you go. Nice, warm, cloudy day. But it's beautiful. Very beautiful. Typical Florida. Got my old deep freeze here. It's got all my rats. Gotta have them to feed. And, of course, Madeline, I don't know if you've watched any of my stuff, but I do breed my own rats. Yes, I do euthanize with CO2. Yes. When I do freeze them, I do euthanize them with CO2. I don't have to do that very often. Not as often as I used to. But hopefully here in the next couple months, I can get my production up to where I am doing that more. Because my collection, I got 59 snakes, and I feed all live except when I do have them, I would say 98% of my snakes eat live. Only 2 or 3% eat frozen thawed. But, you know, it is what it is. You got to do what you got to do to feed your snakes. So if they eat live, feed them live. If they eat frozen thawed, you feed them frozen thawed. I know a lot of people, they breed their own rats, and when they get up to the appropriate size, they go ahead and euthanize them, put them in the freezer, and they feed solely frozen or pre-killed. But I need to get me a bigger tank, a big, you know, like a... And this one won't work, but I know somewhere where I can buy one. But just a tank like this that will hold CO2. That way I don't have to buy the little bitty cartridges and use that. I would breed rats if I was going to own more than one snake, but I don't want to breed my own rats. Breed my pet rats. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, breeding rats is easy. Are you wanting to feed frozen thawed, or are you wanting to feed live? Because you can buy frozen thawed online a lot cheaper than you can buy it locally if you have the place to freeze them. But if you have only one, I mean, you can buy, I would say it's a 3-year-old snake. You're probably going to feed mediums, depending on how big the snake is, smalls or mediums. Let me run some costs for you real quick. When I do buy frozen thawed, which I haven't in a while, I go to Rodent Pro. Let's take a look here. So I'm just going to base this off of 6 months. That's, we'll say 26 weeks. So we're going to call it 26. See if it's going to be cost effective, which I don't know what that being as little as that is. So we'll just go 40, which are 2 bags of smalls. Got to sign in if I remember my stuff. Computer's being slow. Do. Being real slow. There we go. 91. Let's take this calculator here. Because they do charge you for shipping. So your cost, say you ordered 40 small rats, shipped to your door, it's going to cost you $2.29 a piece. And that's 40 of them. But if you do 20, your cost is probably going to go up a little bit. Let me look. Yeah, your cost is going to be like $3 then. So depending on what you have there available as far as where you can buy your frozen thawed at, would determine if it's cheaper to buy it online versus there locally. So that's just a decision you'll have to make. I just figured I'd try to throw it, give my 2 cents, kind of give you a couple options there. That way if you could save a little bit of money, that's all it's about. Not all that it's about, but that's one thing to help, especially with reptiles. I have this many snakes. If I was to buy frozen thawed, it would cost me anywhere from $250 to $400 with a week. But since I breed my own rats, it costs me $225 a month. So that's a big difference. So yes, frozen thawed is good. Yeah, and plus, the thing that you got to remember, breeding your own rats, you know what's going into them. You know how healthy they are. And that's why I like breeding my own rats, because the ones I feed off, they're heavy. I mean, not heavy, but real healthy. Chunky. Good food for my snakes. So the snakes love it. They're healthy, so that's all that matters. But anyway, we're getting down to 2 minutes left. Does anybody have any questions at all for me or anybody else in the chat before I get out of here? I know we covered a little bit of stuff today. Hopefully, Madeline, that helps you out. If not, let me put my email in the comment section here. Oh, I just backed out. Didn't mean to. Let's go back here. If I owned a few snakes, I'd breed rats mostly because they are cute and I know I fed them good. Yes, I will be on here again tomorrow night for Morph Monday. That is my email. If you guys have any questions, just hit me up. I'm also at DCR Reptiles on Instagram. So, hit me up there. Send me a message. I'm here to help the community any way I can. Just remember, stay positive. Turn down negativity. If you have any issues, you just let us know. Gail, we're about ready to get out of here. Do you have anything you want to say? Let's boot that out of the way. Sorry, early here for me. That's all right. I'm going to be back tomorrow night, 7 p.m. my time, which right now it is 4 p.m. my time. So 3 hours later tomorrow, I will be here on here for Morph Monday. So you can rewatch this one. And yes, you guys will see me tomorrow. Have a good rest of the weekend. Stay out of trouble. And I will see everybody in tomorrow's live stream. Have a good one.